Okay, Taurus, welcome to your reading for the week of January 13th to 19th. What I feel you were being asked to do by the guides, and they haven't given me a clear image yet. So I'm going by my feelings and what's coming off the cards. And that is this. Excuse me. You're being asked to look at your ability to forgive and the nature in which you forgive. And the nature in which you have a tendency to take things personally, which causes a sense of judgmentalism, I will say, that you apply to other people. Oh, the image that they gave me. Yes, they did give me one, but I didn't put it together. The image that they gave me was of me as a kid. And it was me being really, really upset that there were bullies who were treating some of the kids really badly. And what I wanted to do was tie them up and tell them what they were doing wrong. But then I realized they wouldn't listen to me anyway. So then I thought, well, if I slap them, and I realized suddenly I had become the thing I was judging. And I believe that we do that, right? That we can judge people for being judgmental, and in that we are also judging. So there's a big difference between discerning and assessing, naming, and then moving away. And then there's that other level of criticizing. So in the forgiveness quality, it's the idea that we don't want to just be keeping score, going, yes, that's all right, putting the list away, just waiting for them to do something else. What we want to really be able to do for them and for us is to be able to say, we are all learning and growing. And in that process, sometimes we will hurt each other or we will make wrong choices. But that is part of being human, and that is part of the growth process. And sometimes it is gross. So what you're being asked to do is really look at where forgiveness needs to be in your life and how it affects not just your judgment of other people, but your judgment of yourself, because you can be super hard on yourself too. And that can lead you to going to both extremes, either real indulgence or overwork. And that's one of the things that Taurus needs to bring together in order to be able to really create out of a place of balance, because you want to create balance. Whatever you're creating, you want it to have a balanced energy, because then it's going to have its own momentum, and it's not something you're going to have to keep pushing energy into and to keep it going, whether it's a relationship or whether it's a job or a business prospect. You want to be coming at it with balanced energy, because also that's where you're going to get your solutions to the problems. That's where you're going to be able to get operate with your ideal choices, your ideal behaviors. You're going to have access to your intuition. You're going to have access to the kind of character that you value, because you do. Taurus is pretty straight up, and they really, they're very, very loyal, and they really like things clear, which means sometimes they can be really direct. But it also means that chances are you can really trust them. If you know they're good people, generally you can trust them. So the thing is, what you want to do is look at where any kind of hanging on and non-forgiveness is getting in the way for you, where you are taking things personally in a way that causes you to be self-critical or critical of others in a way where you become judgmental, because that really skews your vision and your ability to perceive things clearly. Really check in with, if you want to look at that as a learning point for you, you can check back and look into who modeled that for you. Where did you find a lot of criticism from people around you, whether they were criticizing you and judging you, or whether or not you saw them doing it to the world? Where did you learn that? And can you let that go? Of course you can, you know? And the thing about Taurus too is, they really are very heartfelt people. They can come off not that way. They can come off as stubborn and abrupt, but they are actually very sensitive and very heartfelt. So what I would ask you to do, Taurus, is when you find yourself getting judgmental with people, check in. Is that an echo of an old voice, either your old voice before you grew or somebody else's voice? And check in. Do I really feel that? Do I really feel that this person is ignorant? Or do I really feel that they're acting out of fear? Because if I really check in with my feeling, chances are they're acting out of fear. Doesn't mean I will condone it, doesn't mean I like it. I may say something about it, but it's not going to be, you're a horrible person, because it will be something that is far kinder, probably with compassion, if I address it at all. And I may just walk away because I have forgiven, and so it's not touching me, it's not hurting me, I'm not taking it personally. You are reminded during this period of time to keep yourself surrounded with positive energy, with with things that uplift you. Good food as well, good rest, but also things that delight you, that you enjoy. So for Taurus, of course, there's always that sensual quality, that tactile, that beauty and good feeling, and feeling comfortable and feeling warm and nurtured. So things that are beautiful, things that nourish you, food, music, color, environment, texture, all of that stuff, that, and nature. Oh yeah, for sure, nature. Keep that around you, because you really want to be in a place now, while you're creating your future, where you're creating it from a good place. You want to be, it's really clear here, focus on what you want it to be, not on what's wrong. Let people know what you like about them instead of telling them what's wrong. Look at what the solution is. Don't focus on the problem. Identify it, but then focus on the problem. Focus on the solution. Try new things. Keep your heart in compassion, and really look at where you have become judgmental, and based on taking things personally that you don't have to. That's often a really big part of it. I won't say usually, often a really big part of it. So Taurus, this is actually really good. I feel like, as I'm reading this to you, I'm seeing layers now, and I'm feeling like this is a foundational layer of your operations in terms of yourself, how you function. You are on the precipice. Now I'm seeing this and I'm feeling this. Many of the Taurus are on the precipice of really moving into a way where they can really positively affect people and the world around them. So we really want to make sure that we're doing it from a place of compassion, where we're choosing it from a place of really doing it with a positive energy, but that we're also being compassionate towards ourselves and understanding that we are learning and we are growing and we will make mistakes, and that's okay, but that we're not going to fall into taking it personally and going into judgment, because as we move out more and create more things and become more visible, we are going to have more visibility, which means that there are going to be people seeing us and commenting more. I don't know who I'm saying this to exactly, but it doesn't matter even if it is something such as you become the president of your condo board and now you are now in that role. You are still in a more public role and you still have the capacity to influence things in a positive way with your energy. So keep an eye out for these things that we've mentioned, okay? I'm going to end it there. I don't think I want to say any more than that, except, yes, I'm sorry, I have to say this. When I talk about this being foundational, when they talk about it being foundational, it is that this is really also, this is one of your weak spots, is the taking things personally, not forgiving, hanging on to it. Earth signs, we do tend to hang on to things. So this is your chance to start letting it go, because you really want to, this is going to kind of like clear your lens so that you're going to be able to see things not through your own discomfort and your own sense of having been hurt or wronged. When you can really embrace the concept of forgiveness that I've described here, which I will read, even though I tell you that it's, okay, no, the second one, we're innocent creatures who are here to learn and teach each other. In this process, we will sometimes do things that hurt each other. It's part of the journey towards self-awareness. There's nothing to forgive, only understanding to be had. When you can start really genuinely embracing that, you're going to find many of the hurts you have go away, and you're a lot less inclined to gain new ones, and you're going to be able to see people for who they are with compassion and discern more easily where to be and where not to be, and not take it personally when something comes back to you that is not all glowing and positive, okay? And it's important if you're going to be out in the public more. Very good. So this is good. This is you learning a whole new way of being. Just that, okay? It's time. So I'm leaving you with that. Yes, if you care to like, share, subscribe, comment, I would be happy for any of them. And I expect I'll be back next week. Have a great week.